Imagine waking up one day, logging into your bank account, only to discover that your entire life savings is gone. Not stolen through your bank, not hacked through an app, no break ins, no password theft, but drained using gold bars? These scammers never even touched your bank account. What happened to this woman, Eva, will blow your mind. It could happen to you or someone in your family without them ever realizing it. So stay tuned to this video because I'm going to show you exactly how scammers are using gold to drain your bank account and how you can avoid being the next victim. It starts with a quiet evening. You're in the kitchen, rinsing your dishes, the smell of leftover spaghetti still lingering in the air. The TV hums in the background with some reruns that you're not really watching. Your laptop's open on the kitchen counter because you were just playing a game to unwind. Something simple, something familiar. But then the screen glitches. The computer completely freezes, and out of nowhere, a robotic voice breaks the silence. Your social security number has been compromised. Call this number immediately. You freeze, dishes still in hand. You don't remember this being part of the game. Is this even real? These are the questions that are running through your mind. There's a number that's flashing. A sense of dread creeps in. It feels so official, so serious. You dry your hands, pick up the phone. Maybe it's a warning, maybe it's a mistake, but something in your gut says this is bad, but you have to call the number just to make sure. And the man who answers, he says he's from the government. He knows your name, your address, even your social security number. And he warns you that your bank has been compromised and you are in danger of losing everything. And right there in the middle of your normal, safe kitchen, your world begins to tilt. You follow his instructions because what if he's right? You don't tell anyone about this. You don't ask questions because he tells you not to do it. You could get in trouble. And maybe you figure this out by now, but Eva and hundreds of other people didn't. None of this was real. The voice on the computer, the so-called agent on the phone, the warnings, the threats, the sense of urgency, all of this was part of a phishing scam. In simple terms, phishing is when scammers pretend to be someone you trust, like the government, your bank, or even tech support, sometimes your own family, to trick you to give up sensitive information or money. They send fake messages or create pop-ups designed to scare you into acting fast before you can think clearly. And that's exactly what happened to Eva. The scammers made it sound so real, like her identity was at risk. They had her social security number, which had been hacked, and they convinced her that her money needed to be moved to a safer account immediately. But the truth? They were slowly stealing everything she had under the disguise of helping her. Now, before Sherlock Homie breaks down this scam, let me ask you a question. Have you ever wondered how scammers get access to your personal information? Our data is constantly being collected and sold by data brokers, often without our knowledge. Combine that with data breaches that seem to happen every week, we have entirely too much personal data floating around on the internet. And that's how scammers build believable lies, by knowing just enough to sound real. This is where our video sponsor Incogni comes in. Incogni is a service that helps protect your privacy by scanning those shady broker databases for your personal info and submitting removal requests on your behalf. Some of these data brokers have access to your home address, work information, income, and so much more. Trying to go at this alone would be more time consuming than a full-time job, but Incogni makes this process super simple. All you have to do is create an account, authorize them to act for you, and they'll handle the rest. They don't do it just once. They'll keep scanning and sending these removal requests regularly so that you can keep your information off the market. This can reduce unwanted spam emails, phone calls, text messages, as well as lower your risk in the event of a data breach. Right now, you can save 60% by signing up at incogni.com/clueless or clicking the link below. Protect your privacy and reduce your risk, especially when scams like this are on the rise and only getting smarter. All right, now, so let's break down exactly how this scam happened to Eva. First, her screen froze. Then came the voice. cold, robotic, urgent. It claimed her identity had been stolen and instructed her to call the number on the screen immediately. When she did, a calm, authoritative man picked up the phone. He said he was from the Federal Trade Commission. He knew just enough about Eva to sound real, her name, her city, maybe even her bank. He told her that this wasn't just a virus, she'd been hacked. Her social security number was compromised. Her bank accounts were being watched. And that's when he gave her the first order. You need to withdraw your money. It's not safe where it is. Then came the second. You need to convert it to something more secure, something physical. Gold. He called it a gold reserve. It sounded official enough. Safer than cash, untouchable by hackers, which is technically true. Eva was so scared, but she trusted him. He never yelled. He guided her. He explained. He promised this was how people were protecting their assets from cybercriminals. So she drained her bank accounts slowly over days. She bought gold bars, gold coins, hundreds and thousands of dollars worth of gold. These scammers even told her where to buy it, a shop nearby in Queens. They made the process so easy. And when she was done, a courier arrived. Not once, not twice, but 3 separate times. Someone showed up to collect what she purchased. Now you're probably thinking, who in their right mind would continue making these gold purchases? Well, these scammers used a very sophisticated way to keep her doing this by sending her receipts with a government seal on it, so it looked very legitimate. Eva thought she was doing the right thing and following the directions from the government. She was still speaking with the scammers every single day, sometimes for hours. So they told her if she let anyone know about this, including family, she could go to jail. And by the time it was all over, the damage was already done. But the question is, did she get her money back? I'm pretty sure you know the answer to this one. Eva lost over $700,000 to the scam. And you might think the worst part is the money, but it's not. It's what the scam steals from you without ever touching your bank account. For Eva, it wasn't just $700,000. It was her pride, her peace of mind, and the ability to trust herself. She didn't tell her family, not because she didn't want to, but because she was terrified. She believed the lie that she was being watched, that she'd be arrested, that her silence was protecting everyone. And while she lived in that fear, the scammers came and went right to her front door and took all of her money. They didn't just take her money, they left her isolated, humiliated, and afraid to ask for help. Even after it was over, the damage kept spreading. After being in a position to provide for herself financially, she found herself in the position to having to visit a food bank. Her family had to reorganize their lives. The money she'd saved for her daughter's future, gone. And her daughter? She has health challenges, and that money meant something. This wasn't just about a computer pop-up. It never was just about gold bars. By the time you notice, it's already too late. Eva's story is heartbreaking, but it's not rare. This exact type of scam, using fear, fake, authority, and precious metals, is popping up everywhere. The FBI has already issued warnings. Singers across the country, in places like Tampa, Columbia, and Queens, have been targeted with the same tactics. Fake government alerts, urgent phone calls, gold. Scammers are getting bolder, smarter. They're using tools to make your caller ID say Social Security Administration or Federal Trade Commission. They send fake documents that look exactly like the real thing. They even spoof voices so it sounds like your own child is on the other end of the line. They blend right in with the legitimate business and real processes. The shop Eva went to, it wasn't part of the scam at all. It was just another pawn in this elaborate scam. And this manipulation isn't happening in a dark alley. It's happening in our living rooms, on our phones, and in our inboxes right under our nose. Scams like this thrive on fear and silence, but with a few smart moves, you can shut them down before they start. And here's what I do and what I want you to do as well. Number 1, pause before you panic. If your screen locks up and starts yelling at you, don't call any numbers it shows. That's a red flag. Close the device or restart it. Most of the time, that emergency will disappear. Number 2, verify before you trust. If someone says they're from the government or your bank, hang up and call the official number from the agency's real website. Scammers can fake what name shows up on your caller ID, but they can't fake a real number that you dial yourself from a legitimate website. Number 3, never move money for protection. No real government agency will ever ask you to withdraw cash, buy gold, or send funds to a secure location. That's always a scam, no exceptions. And number 4, talk to someone you trust, even if something feels off. Say it out loud. Scammers count on silence. A second opinion can save you from losing everything. I want you to think about it like this: pause, verify, protect. Those 3 steps can keep you and your loved ones out there from losing everything and falling into a very expensive trap. This scam could happen to someone you love. It could happen to you, a parent, a grandparent, a friend who lives alone. And all it takes is a single pop-up, one phone call, one moment of fear. Eva was trying to protect her money for her future, her daughter, and in doing so, she lost everything. But her story, it didn't end in silence. She spoke up. She posted her experience, and now we're here passing on as well, so it doesn't happen to the next person. So please, share this video, consider liking this video, and subscribing to the channel. Send it to someone who might be vulnerable. Talk to your family about scams like this, because the more people know, the harder it is for the scammers to win. And if you found this video helpful, you should check this one out too, because YouTube thinks that you'll love it.